Hello, this is Breakfast with Charlie State and Susanna Reid.
The Barclays chairman has resigned this morning over the rate-fixing scandal.
Good morning. It's Monday the 2nd of July.
Also ahead, just 8 months ago, talented ballet dancer Jack Widdowson was paralysed from the neck down and fighting for his life after a street attack.
Now he's about to return to the stage and his parents will join us to tell us about his remarkable recovery.
And Sally and Carol are both at Wimbledon for us.
Thanks both.
Thank you both very much. Good morning. First, our main story today. The Barclays chairman, Marcus Aegis, has risen rate scandal.
Last week, regulators fined Barclays nearly £300 million for rigging the key interbank LIBOR rate. Mr Aegis apologised to customers and shareholders, describing the revelations as a devastating blow to the bank's reputation. Well, speaking on Breakfast this morning, our business editor, Robert Peston, said Marcus Aegis's resignation could put pressure on Barclays' chief executive, Bob Diamond. 6 minutes past 8, David Cameron will come under further pressure today when one of his party's leading Eurosceptics calls for a fundamental rethink of Britain's place in Europe. In a speech today, the former Defence Secretary, Liam Fox, will say that Britain should negotiate a new, looser relationship with the EU.
Yesterday, the Prime Minister said he would consider a referendum on Europe, but only when the time was right.
Our political correspondent, very much indeed, Robin Brandt, reporting from Westminster.
Frontline police officers caught up in last summer's riots in England have suggested the trouble may have spread because the Metropolitan Police were too slow to ask for help. Researchers...
The Queen and Prince Philip will begin a tour of Scotland today as part of the Diamond Jubilee celebrations. They'll
attend the annual ceremony of the Keys in Edinburgh this afternoon, where the Queen will be offered the keys to the city. Let's speak now to...
An expedition will get underway off the coast of Hawaii today to try to solve one of aviation's greatest mysteries.
Time now is 11 minutes past 8. It's pretty hard to believe it's July. Carol will have all the details for us. A bit cold.
Cold,
bit wet,
rain, grey, windy.
She'll confirm what we all know a little later on.
It's not much of a summer. 11 minutes past 8, a government-regulated service which was meant to allow people to block cold callers is being ignored by some telemarketing companies.
The BBC's Panorama found that despite thousands of complaints being lodged each month with the Information Commissioner's Office, which has the power to enforce the rules, they've yet to impose any fines.
Cold calls, and that person's number is registered.
18 minutes past 8 is the time. A reminder that full story on Panorama tonight.
8
time.
BBC One.
18 minutes past 8 now. Coming up on the programme today. Now, last year, you may remember, 19-year-old ballet dancer Jack Widdowson was lying paralysed in a hospital bed after being assaulted during a night out.
Doctors thought he would never walk again, but just 8 months later, he's not only walking but dancing. And this week, he's going to return to the stage in his first public appearance since the attack. We're going to be talking to his parents in just a moment, but first, Graham Satchell went to meet the man himself.
6 is the time.
Let's get the weather from Carol, who is joined by Ruth.
Good, just wanted to clarify. Carol, thank you.
Coming up, BBC News Channel will bring you...
But here on Breakfast, you may think table tennis is a young person's game, but a group of elderly people are challenging that idea.
We're going to be speaking to Terry Donlan. Here he is, he's 83. One of the Conservative Party's leading Eurosceptics, the former Defence Secretary Liam Fox, will use a speech today to say Britain should negotiate a new, looser relationship with the EU.
Frontline police officers caught up in last summer's riots in England have suggested the trouble may have spread because the Metropolitan Police were too slow to ask for help.
The government-regulated service, which was meant to allow people to block cold callers, is being ignored by some telemarketing companies.
Talks to try and prevent further strikes by London bus workers will be held today. Members of the Unite Union walked out last...
The Queen and Prince Philip will begin a tour of Scotland today as part of the Diamond Jubilee celebrations. They'll attend the annual ceremony.
An expedition will get underway off the coast of Hawaii today to try to solve one of aviation's greatest mysteries. These are the main stories this morning. Here's what's coming up a little later in the programme.
Sally is at Wimbledon this morning. Oh, it's time that we've all been waiting for. You're going to play table tennis on the programme.
Yes.
Shall we introduce your opponent?
Against a worthy adversary.
Well, let's tell the viewers the story first. Table tennis, generally thought of course, game best suited to the super agile young people. But there is a group of pensioners challenging that perception, proving that creaky joints, the odd hip replacement, not always a barrier to playing international sport at the highest levels.
Yes, a new documentary called Ping Pong follows 8 competitors with a combined age of over 700 as they battle it out in the World Veterans Championship. One of them is Terry in just a moment, but let's see a bit of you in action. And Terry and Sylvia, welcome to the program.
Well, Terry, lovely to meet you.
You get on well together as well, don't you? Work well together.
Oh, well, thank you for saying that.
Yeah, you come over
Thank you.
to it. Yeah.
Oh, that's not nice.
I do watch it. Watch early.
Good.
Wake
But you
up
know we're
early.
still on camera, Sylvia.
What?
We're still on camera, broadcasting to the nation here. Shall we get the weather from Carol? Is it Wimbledon?
Thanks both very much. Of course, we're reporting this morning on the news that the chairman of Barclays Bank, Marcus Aegis, has resigned. That was known it was going to happen, but the official confirmation happened at 7 o'clock this morning.
Yes, now, 9 o'clock, a young at heart 50-year-old who can turn her hand to everything from ice skating to show jumping, seeking a new partner for a long-term relationship. Cindy is searching for a significant other.
The doll that used to be Britain's favourite girl next door disappeared from the high street a few years ago, but now her creators are looking for another company to help them relaunch Cindy for a whole new generation. Our arts correspondent David Silito has more.
Charlie's collections of Cindy just under the table here.
They've been lurking here. Look at this. This one. Can we go close up on this one?
Can I just have a look at the label on that
It's
one?
just
Here, this is ballet Cindy. This actually is the one I used to have with those lovely ballet tights. And
That is got the name wrong. I'm so sorry. I just did it again.
It's quite all right.
Oh, why not?
I don't like dolls and stuff like that.
Never did?
Never.
what did you play with?
Saucepans. Oh, lovely. Those
The tables
ever
are
so
No, they're
fantastic.
cracking.
Oh, I want
Were you inspired?
20 years, and it's so lovely.
It's a charming story, and it's a great film. Stay where we are for a moment, and you can tell me off for something.
In a moment, here's a quick last look at what's happening where you are. See in a moment. Do you want to say the name of our next guest, Charlie?
Watch now. Very careful.
Wrong again.
Is used to holding her own in stellar ensemble cast. She's appeared in everything from Blackadder to Harry Potter and the musical Wicked.
In her latest production, the spotlight will be firmly fixed on Miriam because she's the only one on stage. She has a one-woman show called Dickens Women. It's touring the UK. It's already had a successful run in Australia and New Zealand. So we're going to speak to you.
You always saw yourself as the kind of actor you are now, even
Yes.
when you were younger.
I always hoped I'd be.
Your show a moment ago.
That's right.
Do you want to sort of give us so it's you and
It's about Dickens that you think they should know.
That he was complicated, taught.
to go on stage on your own, albeit with a Ben on the piano. But
It's you and Ben.
It isn't really,
Oh,
no.
poor Ben.
No, I get my kicks from the audience. That's what I love. I think it's very...
And did you pursue that conversation?
has it happened when you've been on stage?
It does happen, yes, but... and I continue.
But I bet that works.
Usually, what...
Margulies.
Margulies it is.
Just time for an update. Thank you so much. Lovely, fantastic to see you. Our main news this morning, the resignation, of course, of the Barclays chairman, Marcus Aegis. He stood down following the rate-fixing scandal for which the company was fined £290 million.
Yes, just to clarify, the part of that fine levied by the Financial Services Authority, £59.5 million, will stay with the FSA. It can use this to reduce the fees paid by its member companies. The remainder of the penalty was imposed by American regulators.
That's all from us for this morning. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow at 6, BBC One. Have a good